Please tell me your name.
Kevin Anderson.
21 CF 12287. You're here charged with aggravated battery. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. He has one felony, but zero failures to appear. So I'd ask that you take that into consideration.
What says the state?
Your Honor, state would just ask for bond with PTR, given the nature of the offense, and his last conviction, due to involving a firearm.
All right, Mr. Anderson, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond. However, I'll reduce that amount to $500. With special conditions, you can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You have to answer out loud. Thank you. You can't have contact with any witness in this case. You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'm going to order that you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you cannot coordinate that with the victim or any witness in this case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Do you need these? I can't remember. The face sheets.
No.
These sheets. Thank you. Please tell me your name.
Hello, ma'am.
What's your name?
Christian Davidson.
21 CF 12273. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence,
Yes, ma'am.
and contempt of court, violation of a no contact order.
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Thank you.
Give me one moment.
They already gave me this paper, so I'll hold on to it. Thank you.
Your Honor,
What?
I just ask that when set in bond in this case,
I'll sign it because you're asking.
when set in bond in this case, I ask that you take into account that the victim was not at the house. The victim allowed him to stay at the house. She was residing somewhere else, and then she decided to come back to the house where he was staying. And if you read the allegations in the arrest affidavit, it states that she started screaming at him, yelling at him, calling him names, pushed the plate he was eating from in front of him. So I just ask that you take all of those factors into
It's not
consideration.
true. You're.
Don't
I'll
talk-
let you finish. I'll let you finish.
When setting the bond amount in this case.
It said in the facts your client called her names. She confronted him about a bag of chips that was open. He denied leaving the bag open and called her two names that I won't repeat.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's your client, not the victim.
Your Honor, state's just asking for reasonable bond on the violation of the no contact order and the BAT DV, and just asking that you revoke his other BAT DV with the same victim that prompted the no contact order.
And again, I would ask that you revoke and double, Your Honor. In this case, again, it appears that she allowed him to live there. She returned back to the home. He was living there. She returned to the home, so I would ask that you take that into consideration. It does not appear that he has a history And this, from what I'm looking at, 0 failures to appear, just the arrests that are, the one he's out on bond for and the new arrest, Your Honor. I believe that if you set a no return to that particular residence, no contact, we won't have this issue again. I think that will resolve the issue.
I understand Offense's argument that she returned to the home. However, the no contact order in the separate residences was placed on him. He arguably said he understood it in court when those conditions were imposed on him. Therefore, it's his job to make sure there is a no contact and that he is maintaining a separate residence if the victim returned. This court has no jurisdiction over her. It was his job to leave and not pick up a new battery case.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. In the new case, sir, your bond will be $500 on each count with special conditions. You can have no contact with the victim. You can't return to her residence for any reason or be within 500 feet of it. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. And at this time, I'm revoking your bond and your out on bond case and the pretrial release as well. And you'll be held at no bond until your attorney files a motion in front of the trial judge. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
John Poe.
Who?
Oh, John Poe.
John Powell. (21 CF 12295). You're here charged with, hold on 1 minute. Robbery, battery, domestic violence, false imprisonment, domestic violence, and committing a sexual act with a child 16 or 17 years old. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Does the state wish to be heard on bond?
Your Honor, he is entitled to bond on all 4 counts. He is facing 2 F2s, an F3, and an M1. He also does have a fairly lengthy history, including other DV batteries. The state's just asking that you set a reasonable bond, given the facts of this case and given the age of the victim and the allegations that the victim told officers.
All right, Ms. George, did you wish to be heard on anything?
I would just state that his last conviction was in 2010 in Schultz. So I just ask that you take that into consideration. He's been in the Orlando area for over a year, so he has ties. So I ask that you take all of that into consideration.
Thank you. At this time, Mr. Powell, your bond will be $15,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2, $15,000 on count 3, and $50,000 on count 4. You can have no contact with the victim in this case. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You can't have contact with any minor child under the age of 18. You cannot return to what's this location?
One second, Your Honor.
And I'm sorry, count 4, the bond is going to be $150,000, not 50. I'm sorry. I misread that. Yes, $150,000. Sorry, I misread my writing.
Your Honor, the address seems just to be another residence, the 1310 West Colonial.
Who lives there? Is that where you live?
Where?
1310 West Colonial.
I live at 4237 Tatum Street.
All right. All right, are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Serenity Cumbie.
21MM413. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Before the court at this time for an arraignment, the clerk will announce the charges that have been filed against you. An attorney with the public defender's office is present to enter a plea on your behalf, and then the clerk will announce.
He's out there. He's in custody.
There is probable cause. Does the state object to pretrial release?
Your Honor, state would just ask for pretrial release with bond.
Yes. I'm sorry, what?
Her victim is also in custody.
Yes. Please tell me your name.
Yabani Rodriguez.
21 CT 6282 and 21 MM 6415. Sir, you're here for two reasons. One, as the victim in the case against Ms. Comby. As the victim in that case, do you wish to testify here this morning?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, ma'am, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond of $100. With special conditions, you can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You two must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you guys can't coordinate that with each other. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Now, in the cases against Mr. Rodriguez, Ms. Comby as the victim in that case, the MM battery case, do you wish to testify here today?
No, I don't press any charges.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you as well. There's probable cause in both of these cases. Why doesn't he qualify for pretrial release? All right, at this time, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. In both cases, and require that you post a monetary bond. In each case, that bond will be $100. You can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You also can't drive without a valid Florida license. Good luck to both of you. And you guys have them separated, right? All right, thank you. What happened with Adna Deluskar?
He's Creole interpreter.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Please tell me your name.
Travis Fowler.
21MM6426. You're here charged with battery dating violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Ma'am, do you wish to testify?
Is that just telling you like what happened?
Yes, if you'd like to make a statement, I need you to raise your right hand to be sworn.
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sir, you look at me.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Kashmir Wilson.
I'm going to let the prosecutor ask you some questions.
Good morning, Ms. Wilson. Can you spell your last name?
Wilson.
Thank you. And what is your relationship to Mr. Fowler?
He's my boyfriend.
Are you afraid of him?
Am I afraid of him? No, ma'am.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
Do you believe drugs or alcohol were involved in this incident?
We had 4 locos, but otherwise there's no like drugs or anything involved.
And if anything like this ever occurred in the future or anything more severe, would you be willing to call 911?
I highly doubt that this will happen again. It was just like a misunderstanding between us.
Understood. If something did happen or something more severe, would you be willing?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Any questions from the defense? All right. Thank you, ma'am. Is there anything else you want to tell the court?
Is he getting out today or anything like that?
I'll be telling him what his bond is, and he can post that,
Okay,
but that's up to him.
all right.
All right. He's on probation?
Yes, and he won't be getting out today because of that 5-day hold.
Okay, so, no, he won't be released today. He's actually on probation right now. It says as a violent felony offender of special concern. I don't know if that's accurate. But because of that, there's a hold on him so that probation can file a warrant for his arrest for violating his probation. I don't know if they will or not, but because of that, he will not be released today. Mr. Fowler, however, you are entitled to bond on this charge. So on this charge, your bond will be $500. With his conditions, you can't possess or consume any alcoholic beverages. You'll be subject to random alcohol screens once released.
Waiver of course and denials entered on behalf of the defendant, Mr. State.
I don't typically allow peaceful contact in situations like this.
Your Honor, given
I
the
don't-
victim's testimony, state has no objection.
I don't, he doesn't have a long history of violence, the burglary, obviously. All right, based on your testimony here today, Ms. Wilson, Mr. Fowler, I'm going to order that you can have peaceful contact with the victim. Do you understand what peaceful contact means?
No, ma'am.
I couldn't hear that.
No, ma'am.
Okay, no hostile contact. You can't raise your voice. You can't hit her, you can't shove her, you can't yell at her. Do you understand now?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You can't return to Universal Studios or the Clarion Inn Motel at 8444 International Drive. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Officer Richard Jarrett,
21 MM 6410. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. There is probable cause here. Does the state object to pretrial release?
One second, Your Honor. I'm trying to see if the victim in a 2021 CF case that came in, robbery, and snatching, tampering, bat DV, and criminal mischief, was the same victim. That case closed February 1st of 2021. So state does object to PTR at this time. If you are otherwise inclined to put him on PTR, state would ask for PTR with bond, given the victim's not here to testify.
How was it closed?
She declined to prosecute.
Your Honor, I would ask for pretrial release. He has no criminal convictions, 0 failures to appear. He's been in the Orlando area for over a year. I'd ask that you take all of that into consideration. And at this time, it does not appear that he is working.
Your Honor, there is an 2021 misdemeanor non-arrest open violation of a PTR condition on DV violence case. There's this case. There was that 2021 ag assault with a firearm and bat DV, a 2021, the one I spoke about before with the same victim as well. as well as a 2012 misdemeanor non-arrest bat DV, a 2002 non-arrest misdemeanor bat DV, 2001 non-arrest felony aggravated battery but non-great bodily harm. There seems to be an ongoing pattern of DV cases for Mr. Girardeau.
All right, at this time, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond of $100. With special conditions, you can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can have no contact with any witness in this case. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You can't possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or controlled substances without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol screens. Were you living there? All right, you can't now. I'm going to order that you must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings.
He's not there anymore.
So this court doesn't have jurisdiction to order her to leave. I only have jurisdiction over you. So my order is that you have to maintain a separate residence.
But she's not
So,
in residence.
okay, listen to what I'm telling you. I don't know that.
Okay, all right.
I don't know how you know that, but I don't. So what I'm ordering is you must maintain a separate residence.
Can I prove?
If she's not there, you can live there.
Okay.
But if she's there and you get caught there, you can be arrested for violating this court's order. Do you understand that? Okay. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Did I say no weapons?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good luck, sir.
Okay.
I have a, Okay.
You swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name and date of birth, please. You report at this time for an arraignment for an alleged violation of probation. An attorney with the
I don't do anything. It's new. This is Judge Gibson. Who do I have on the line?
This is Janine, ID 355147. I'll be your Haitian Creole interpreter today.
Has the interpreter been sworn?
Not yet.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly
Right
swear
hand
to
raised.
translate from Haitian Creole to English, from English to Haitian Creole to the best of your ability?
I do.
All right. Thank you. All right, good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Bonjour, madame, s'il vous plaît. Dis-moi comment elle est.
Odna de Liscar.
Odna de Liscar.
21 CF 12281. You're here charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence.
Sous dossier 12281, ou là, parce que ou gen charge bat, alors, accusé yo bat, accusé ko bat ou moins avec une agression.
I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Mwen pa la signer un avocat pour représenter yo.
There is probable cause.
Quelle cause probable?
Does the state object to pretrial release?
Est-ce que l'État a déjà désigné un pré-procès?
No, Your Honor.
Comment?
Non, juge.
All right. In this case, ma'am, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You can have no contact with the victim in this case. Do you understand what no contact means?
D'accord, madame, dans cas ça, m'a autorisé ou une libération pré-procès avec conditions. Ça veut dire parmi lesquelles aucun contact avec victime. Est-ce qu'on comprend ça? Ça veut dire pas de contact?
Il était en constat déjà, merci.
It was already like that. Thank you.
So you understand no contact?
Est-ce qu'on comprend ça? Ça veut dire sans contact?
Oui, moi, j'étais par exemple, sur les réseaux sociaux déjà, j'étais bloqué tout le bagage déjà, depuis avant, ça a passé.
Yes, I understand. I had already unfriended them from social media and blocked them. That's how it was already before this happened.
All right. You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition.
Ou pas supposé gen aucun zam nan possession, que son zam pou ka tire ou bien on bagay pou ka blesson moun avec li.
You can't return to their residence for any reason.
Ou pas ka tourner nan résidence pour aucune raison.
Any other conditions the state would request?
Ok, mwen yon
Est-ce que l'État
question.
veut recommander l'autre condition?
No, Your Honor.
Ma'am, did you have a question?
Yes.
Madame, ou gen question?
Oui. M'pense m'pa kapab ka retourner parce que raison tout bagay mwen nan kay la net, tout bagay ki nan kay la pou mwen, et then mwen gen de chambre marchandise nan kay la, et then en plus tout, et mwen kap pe on série de bagay nan kay la. Et puis en plus tout, mwen pa tout ça ou di m'fè m'pa fè rien, et moi-même qui victime, mais parce que m'pa parler anglais qui fait il pas comprendre moi, qui fait ça vinn passer. Si yo rache des dam pendant m'a goumé, m'a m'était à peine sur l'hôpital, m'était éterné l'hôpital malade. Voici son moun malade te ka nan goumé avec un moun, défini pour moun nan pour t'arracher des dam et puis pour m'da
Well, first of all, I'm the one who actually is a victim. Everything I have is in that residence, and my belongings. I have 2 rooms of merchandise in that house. I'm the one who makes the payments. I'm actually the victim. The only reason why I'm here is because I do not speak English. I was not able to express myself. I just left the hospital. I was hospitalized. I was in no condition to fight or to get into a fight. I have 2 teeth that were pulled or that were taken out of my mouth in this incident. I was in no condition to get involved in this, so I am the victim.
All right, thank you, ma'am, I understand. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll change my order to maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you cannot coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand?
D'accord, madame, moi comprendre. M'a changé recommandation moi. M'a mette pour une demande pour yo permettre ou aller dans résidence là pour qu'elle prenne affaire ou accompagner de la police pour ça. Pas gain aucun arrangement que ou fait avec victime yo de toutes les femmes.
M'a jamais fait arrangement avec eux, sauf que dans résidence ça faut moi personnellement faut moi aller remove non moi dans liste là pour pas faire le crédit, ça c'est first one. Parce que me dégué à aviser dame nan dans mon appartement, m'était porter vidéo bali côté monsieur de t'a tuer nan, m'était monter dame dans appartement ça, m'était dire peut-être ça, m'a vie moi m'a quitté appartement, m'était commencé dire ça déjà.
Well, I do need to remove my name from the lease, and there are videos that I provided to the apartment owners so they can know that they could see when he threatened my life, threatened to kill me. I have a video that I showed for that. I had already spoke to the lady and told her just for my safety, because my life was in danger, that I need to leave the apartment. I had already told her that.
So, ma'am, I can't be involved in your lease, but what I'm telling you is you can't live at the same residence as the victim.
Madame, je ne pas rentrer dans cause pour licence, ça veut dire contrat loyer, mais ce bagage, moi, je veux dire, ou pas qu'à vivre même côté avec victime là.
M'pas vivre même côté avec, sauf que me connais, me va la journée, m'a prend tout parce que moi j'ai un pile boîte, m'a pas en bande monde pour revenir de me retirer toute bagaille dans boîte moi pour de me faire pour me mettre al point retirer mettre dans storage. Alors j'aime dormir dans la même côté avec encore.
I would never stay in the house with them. The only thing is I have a lot of boxes in there that I was getting ready and I needed help to get out so I can put them in storage. I was never intending to stay in the house with them.
That's what I'm telling you. You have a one-time return with law enforcement to gather whatever belongings you need, but you have to be escorted with law enforcement. So call the number on that green piece of paper to talk to your attorney about what the best way is to coordinate that to get what you need.
C'est ça m'a dit ou gen yon fois qu'on va aller pour aller prendre affaire ou pas accompagner de la police pour ça. Ou gon numéro sur papier vert là ou après les pour avocat et puis ou décider avec avocat qui puis bon gens pour faire coordination ça pour aller chercher affaire ou dans cas là. Tout ça besoin.
OK, m'a appelé avocat.
Okay, I will call the attorney.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
D'accord, bonne chance, madame.
Merci.
Oh, wait, did I not put a monetary bond?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, it has to have that. Wait, don't leave. It's pretrial
Maman,
release.
pourquoi aller? yon moment pourquoi aller parce que faut moi mettre yon préposé et caution préposé.
I'll reduce the monetary bond to $500, but you have to post that in addition to pretrial release.
Moi descend ni jusqu'à $500, mais ça faut mettre li en 20 pour aller dans libération conditionnelle. Ou.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Madam
Sure.
Interpreter. That's all we have for Creole today.
Thank you for using our services. Have a good day.
Please tell me your name.
Aaron L. Gordon, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. 21 6414. You're here charged with battery dating violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. One moment. There is probable cause here. I see that your client has a very lengthy criminal history, Ms. George. It includes two failures to appear.
Your Honor, there's also a lot of violent offenses out of Ohio.
I see that. I see
Including also-
involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, aggravated murder, aggravated assault, and
Including
drug
also-
trafficking.
3 VOPs as well, Your Honor.
Sir, your bond on this is going to be $1,000. You can't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol screens to begin 24 hours after your release. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. All right, good luck, sir.
May I address something to you, ma'am?
Yes, listen, sir, you can tell me anything you want or ask anything you want, but I have to advise you that everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later. Do you understand that?
Understood.
All right, do you want me to give you a moment to discuss with your attorney before you ask me?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I'll give you a moment. Yes, sir. When I have downtime, I sign them. It takes a while. Was it Thursday or Friday? Thursday. Because there was one that was denied. We withdrew the motion because it was too early, so that might have been him, but I don't remember the name. All right, sir, did you, after speaking with the attorney, did you have anything to address to me, or do you want to wait and speak with an attorney?
I would still like to, but she gave me some advice.
Okay, all right.
Yes, ma'am. I stated to her that I was supposed to start a new job position today itself. I was supposed to have been there at 7 a.m. I don't have any money, and I'm definitely not a violent person, despite of my history. I don't have no money to pay to be released from jail, and I'm trying to get back in the process of my life so I can get myself together. Things happen for a reason, and I'm not saying that I didn't do anything to be in front of you there. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not a bad person. I just want to get back on my life. I would like to request an R&R if possible.
I can't do that because of this charge. Let me ask, why doesn't he qualify for pretrial release?
Your Honor, I believe they weren't able to identify community ties and also potentially his history.
And what?
The community ties is what I see on the information sheet, but it's also potentially his history.
Is that it?
If you're inclined to put him on PTR, Your Honor, you can do that.
I'm sorry, say one more time.
If you're inclined to put him on PTR, you can do that.
All right, sir. I cannot release you on your own recognizance because of the nature of this charge. I will not do that today. However, I can order that you be screened for pretrial release, which is a program that we use often in lieu of monetary bond, or I'll reduce the monetary bond. But with that program, you have to report in. Are you interested in me placing you on pretrial release?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Does the state object?
Yes, Your Honor. State does object, given the allegations in the affidavit. It looks like the victim and the defendant were broken up for about 2 months. There was an allegation of alcohol use, and the alleged battery is actually a battery by strangulation. I do not know why the officer did not charge it that way. So arguably, this should be a felony. And given its history of multiple felonies and violent felonies, and given the victim's not here to testify, state does object. This also occurred in a public place, also showing a more brazen nature of this.
Yeah, this is like the one earlier that was a battery on a pregnant person charged as a misdemeanor battery. I don't know what they're doing, but it's what they did.
The alcohol will be resolved by, he's already going to be tested for alcohol and drug use.
Right.
The no contact order will prevent any contact with the alleged victim. I think that would satisfy if you place him on pretrial release. He'll be monitored. If he violates, brought back here, and potentially held at no bond. I just ask that you place him on pretrial release and lower the monetary bond so that he is able to go ahead and work and get his life in order, as my client stated.
Sir, where's your job?
It was a new landscaping job, and it was supposed to start. I was supposed to start today.
Right, what's the name of the company?
It's in my phone and my email, so I couldn't tell you that. Actually, I cannot, because it's in my phone. That's where all my information is.
All right, I'm going to take you at your word. I will place you on pretrial release, but I'm still going to require that you post a monetary bond. I will reduce the amount, however, to $500, so I cut it in half with all the same conditions. So you understand you still can't have contact with the victim, you can't possess a weapon, you're still going to be subject to random drug and alcohol screens, but I'm reducing that monetary bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, and I would like to say one more thing again. I don't have any, I came here for the rest of $30, so I can't get $50. It's basically much of the same thing.
I think
$100, so I don't have.
talk to your attorney and talk to a bail bondsman,
Okay,
because I can't get involved in that, but maybe they can work something out with you.
okay, thank you,
All right, good luck, sir.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Where again, boss?
Please tell me your name.
Adrian Jackson.
21MM6413. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause here. Does the state object to pretrial release?
Your Honor, if you're inclined to put him on pretrial release, they would ask for at least bond and PTR, given he has at least 2 prior failures to appear, given the allegations in the affidavit, and given that the child was present.
Yeah, and his out-of-state history is not good.
Including VOPs and violent history, showing an inability to comply with court orders. So between failures to appear, VOPs, a lengthy history, and a child, state doesn't believe it's reasonable, but if you're otherwise inclined, state would ask for bond with PTR.
Well, it says he doesn't qualify, but on the front it says yes. Oh, it says he does qualify. I'm sorry, I misread that. How old is the child?
I believe 15.
All right, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond. However, I'll reduce that amount to $500. You can have no contact with the victim or any witness in this case. Do you understand what no contact means?
My
I understand, but for now, you can have no contact.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. You also cannot possess or consume any alcoholic beverages, and you'll be subject to random alcohol screens. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, that was 500 and PTR.
Yes.
Thank you.
These out-of-state histories are something. Ma'am, please tell me your name.
Karen Lopez.
21MM6428, you're here charged with battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. There is probable cause. Does the state object to pretrial release?
Your Honor, state would ask for bond and PTR, also given that a child was present and witnessed the incident.
How old is the child?
I believe she was born in 2011 to approximately 10.
Yeah. I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond of $100. You must not have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. You must comply with any plans set in place by DCF. I'll order that you're only allowed to have supervised visitation with the minor child who's a witness to this incident at this time. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Dexter Moore.
One moment. 21MM415, you're here charged with battery. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. There is probable cause. The state object to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond of $100. With special conditions, you can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Were you two living together?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to order that you're not allowed to return to her residence for any reason. You don't need to, right?
No, no. Well, I have my car over there, but her mom has the keys, and her mom said I can meet up with her to get my car, the mother.
Your mom can meet up with?
Her mother, my girlfriend's mother. But I'm saying if I need...
Her mother has the keys to your car.
Yeah, she said when I went in, she said she would meet up with me to give me my car back, or if you need me to go with an officer, I'll go with an officer.
So I don't want you going back there.
Okay.
So if you want me to allow a one-time return with law enforcement to get your car, I'll order that. Or if you'd rather just do it with the mother, I'll allow you to do that. Just don't send a message to the girl through the mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I have the mother's number.
Right. But don't say to her, I want you to tell Kiana this for me. Don't say that.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's still having contact with the victim, and I've ordered no contact.
Yeah.
But you can call the mother and say, hey, let's go meet up and get my car. You can do that.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If we wanted to do the I know no contact now, but I'm saying if we was to come back to the court, and could we get that expunged, or?
Another judge can change my order at any time.
Okay.
This is just for now, today, until another judge changes that order.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Talk to your attorney. On that green piece of paper, there's a phone number to call.
Okay.
That's sitting right there is the attorney that represents the public defender's office here.
Okay.
But their office is representing you. So you can call that number and say to the attorney, I want to file a motion to have the judge change the no contact order.
Okay.
But you can't talk to Kiana about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand everything I ordered?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you want me to just allow you to talk to the mom about getting your car?
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's all I have is my car. Everything's in my car. I don't stay with them, so.
All right, then I'll do that. So no one return. I'm
Your
not
Honor,
ordering that.
at this time, state would ask that you go ahead and order that, given, just in case the mother changed her mind.
Oh, all right. Well, that
Just in
makes sense.
case, so it's there in case he needs to use it. However, if he doesn't have to, but just in case the mother decides she doesn't want to deal with it anymore.
All right, that's wise.
would be
Here's what I'm going to do. I'll order that you're allowed to have a one-time return with law enforcement to get your car. But if you don't need to do that, you don't have to. All right?
And you said my bond is 100, right? How do I go?
Right, plus pretrial release. So that, how you post it is between you and a bondsman, or if you're just going to post it yourself, you can do that. But I can't give you advice about that.
Okay.
All right, good luck, sir.
So, Your Honor, you're ordering the one-time return and still the no return to the victim's residence?
Yes.
Okay.
Please tell me your name.
Matthew Schultz.
21MM6417, you're here charged with battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you at this time. There is probable cause. Ma'am, do you wish to testify here today?
Yes, I do.
Please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Please
I
state
do.
your name for the record.
My name is Fatima Schultz.
All right, I'm going to ask the state if she has some questions for you. You can put your hand down.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you please spell your last name?
Are you talking to me?
She is.
Oh, yes. It's Schultz.
Thank you. And what is your relationship to Mr. Schultz?
I'm his wife.
Are you afraid of him?
Yes, I am.
Do you want to have contact with him?
No,
while
I
this case
don't.
is pending?
No.
Okay. Do you believe drugs or alcohol were involved?
No, he doesn't use any drugs or alcohol.
Are you willing to call 911 if anything like this ever occurred in the future?
Yes, but I just want to, right now, have no contact with him. I don't want him to show up around me so I can pack my belonging and step out of his life.
Okay, thank you. And has anything like this ever happened before?
Yes, we're a year and a half married, but we were residing out of United States. It's 6 months we're here. 6 months of me being called name, hitting. I have bruises, other parts of my life, but that night I wasn't sober, so I was like, he is financially supporting me. I was like, so Fatima, this is the night. I don't care if I'm gonna stay straight, but it's better to stay straight rather than being with this man. So I just grabbed my phone and called 911. And now I just want to grab my belonging rather than going to my relatives, better than staying with this man and being called names. I'm so sorry, being called very bad names and being called hit, being yelled at my ears rather than being with this man.
Understood, thank you. No more questions, Your Honor.
All right, any questions from the defense? All right, thank you, ma'am.
I'm so sorry, I have still a question. So he will not be allowed in the apartment, right, until I go?
So what I'm going to order is that he has to maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow him to return one time with law enforcement to gather his belongings. But what that means is he'll have to go with a law enforcement officer, not by himself, and I'm going to order that he's not allowed to have any contact with you. So he can't call you or text you to say he's coming over.
Okay, what about his parents? Because they're calling me nonstop from yesterday.
This court doesn't have jurisdiction over his parents
Yeah,
or over you.
okay.
I only have it over him.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Have a great day.
Yes, ma'am. You can stay if you want to hear my orders.
Okay, thank you, yeah.
All right, Mr. Schultz, at this time, your bond is $500. You can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'll order that you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you cannot coordinate that through the victim. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I have a job. I have a firearm, though.
What's your job?
I was a security officer,
Where?
G4S.
You carry a gun as a security officer?
Military vet, to Your Honor, so that we have just a moment.
Yes.
Excuse me, when
Yes.
can I be, the same gun has been used to put on his own head and said he wants to kill himself because he has back problems and he's a veteran and no one cares about him. And he has 3 separate guns and they are all his own guns.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
So at work, he has a place where when he leaves work, he can lock the firearm up, the one that he needs to use at work. So I just ask that you allow him to use the one at work, lock it up and not take it home. And whatever other weapons he has at his home, he can turn over to law enforcement.
All right, so that's what I'm going to order. So as a condition of your employment, if you are required to carry a weapon while on the clock, you can do that. It does not violate my order. But you must, as your attorney just said, lock it up at your job. You can't have it in your car, you can't bring it home from work, none of that, you understand? And then I'll order that you have to surrender all other firearms and ammunition to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Do you understand?
Would I be able to go to the residence of the law enforcement?
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Would I be able to go to the residence of somebody?
You have to go with law enforcement to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
So you'll have to call them and set that up within 24 hours of your release. You understand? Were there any other conditions?
No, Your Honor.
State would request? All right, and Ms. George, maybe you can make a note for your coworkers. In this case, I know that we have a couple of VAs here. Maybe there's some programs they can help him get into.
Yes.
All right, good luck, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. Good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Jorge Sierra.
21MM6418. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There's probable cause in this case.
Your Honor, the victim needs a Spanish interpreter.
Oh. Hold on.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Theodore Leal, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has been previously sworn, Your Honor.
Good morning, thank you. I believe I have a witness here who might need your services. Ma'am, do you wish to testify here today?
Señor, ¿usted desea dar testimonio aquí el día de hoy?
Sí.
Yes.
And you need the Spanish interpreter?
¿Y va a necesitar la asistencia del intérprete de español?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Por favor, levante su mano derecha para que prestara juramento.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
¿Jura afirma que el testimonio que presentará será la verdad y toda la verdad? ¿Lo jura ante Dios?
Sí.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Diga su nombre y apellido para que conste en las actas.
Miriam Hernández.
Miriam Hernández.
You can put your hand down.
Voy a bajar la mano.
I'll allow the state to ask you some questions.
Voy a permitir que la fiscalía le haga unas preguntas.
Good morning, ma'am. What is your relationship to Mr. Sierra?
Señora, buenos días. ¿Qué parentesco tiene usted con el señor Sierra?
Él es mi novio.
My boyfriend.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
¿Algo similar a esto que sucedió ha sucedido en el pasado?
No.
No.
Are you afraid of him?
¿Usted le tiene temor a él?
No.
No.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Y mientras este caso está en curso, ¿usted desea mantener contacto con él?
Sí.
Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Oh, su señoría.
Anything from the defense?
¿Defensa? Su señoría.
All right, ma'am, is there anything else you want to tell the court?
Señora, ¿algo más que quiera agregar para presentarlo ante el tribunal?
Sí, me gustaría decir que todo esto fue un malentendido, que él nunca ha sido agresivo conmigo, que él nunca tuvo contacto físico de ninguna forma violenta conmigo y que sí me gustaría tener contacto con él y seguir con mi relación con él y que no tengo miedo y todo fue un malentendido.
Yes, I would like to say something. I would like to say that this was just a misunderstanding. He's never been aggressive with me before. He was at no point physically violent towards me. And I also would like to say that I do wish to continue the relationship with him and that I'm not afraid of him. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Interpret's having a really hard time hearing counsel.
I stated that based on the victim's testimony here today, I would ask for a no hostile contact order. His criminal history shows he has no type of violence convictions from what I'm reading. So I'd ask that you take all of that into consideration, Your Honor.
Sí, basándonos en el testimonio que se ha presentado aquí el día de hoy, basándome en eso, pues voy a pedir que se permita el contacto, pero que sea contacto sin hostilidad, tomándose en cuenta que el acusado no tiene ningún tipo de antecedentes violentos en su récord, según la lectura que hice aquí del señor Sierra, y espero que su señoría tome esto en cuenta.
Thank you, Counselor. I'm not going to do that, and I'll tell you why.
No voy a hacer eso, abogada, y le voy a decir por qué.
Even in the probable cause affidavit, the victim was not cooperative with law enforcement. However, there's an independent eyewitness who stated that your client was slinging her around in the parking lot.
Lo que pasa es que, por una parte, según el informe de la policía, la víctima no fue totalmente cooperadora, pero más aún es que hubo un testigo presencial que dijo que su cliente había tomado la víctima y la había jaloneado en el estacionamiento.
That she had to break free of him.
Que ya se le tuvo que escapar a él.
She had injuries on her body.
Ella tenía lesiones en su cuerpo.
So at this time, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond.
Así que, de momento, señor, lo que voy a hacer es que le voy a otorgar la libertad provisional y también va a tener que pagar una fianza.
But you'll not be allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You look at me.
Mire, se le va a prohibir el contacto con cualquier tipo de contacto, se le va a prohibir con la víctima. ¿Entiende lo que es una prohibición de contacto?
Do you understand what no contact means?
¿Entiende lo que es una prohibición de tener contacto o no contacto?
Could you explain it for me? I've never been in a case like this.
I can't hear you.
No, ma'am. Would you be able to explain it to me, please?
Yes. You can't speak to her. You can't text her. You can't call her on the phone. You can't send a message on social media. You can't send a message through friends or family. You can have no contact with her at all.
Sí, básicamente usted no puede ni enviarle a ella, hablar con ella, ni mensajes de texto, ni ningún tipo de mensajería, ni por teléfono, ni por las redes sociales, ni mediante amigos o familiares. O sea, ningún contacto en absoluto.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende? Sí.
He said yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Señora.
You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition.
También se le prohíbe el porte de armas, de fuego, de municiones.
You can't possess or consume any alcoholic beverages. You'll be subject to random alcohol screens while on pretrial release.
También se le prohíbe el consumo de alcohol y le van a hacer exámenes o pruebas para determinar si tiene alcohol en el organismo mientras está bajo libertad provisional.
You can have no contact with a witness in this case.
No podrá tener contacto con el testigo en este caso.
Ma'am, were you two living together?
Señora, ¿ustedes estaban viviendo juntos?
A veces me quedo en casa de mi mamá, a veces me quedo en la casa de la mamá de él. Y a mí me gustaría añadir otra observación.
Well, sometimes I stay at my mom's, sometimes I stay at his mom's house, and I would like to add another observation.
Okay.
Bien.
El día que ocurrió todo, yo sí cooperé con los policías. Habían como 5 policías. Todo lo que ellos me pidieron que hiciera, yo lo hice. Les enseñé mi cuerpo. Yo no tengo ningún arañazo, yo no tengo ningún moretón, como dijo el policía, que mi espalda estaba llena de golpes. Yo tengo fotos de mi cuerpo, yo no tengo ningún golpe en mi cuerpo. Él nunca me cogió, él nunca tuvo contacto físico conmigo durante esa pelea. Yo tengo pruebas, tengo fotos, ahora mismo estoy aquí. No tengo absolutamente nada en mi cuerpo. Yo sí cooperé en todo momento y sé que había más guardias que pueden respaldar lo que yo estoy diciendo y pueden decir que lo que yo estoy diciendo es verdad.
The day when the incident happened, I did cooperate with the police. There were about 5 police officers present on site. And I actually showed them my body. And I did not have any type of bruises or scratches like the police officer said. I actually have I took photos that there were no injuries or signs of physical contact in my body. And yes, during that situation, I actually have pictures to show here as evidence. And also there were other police officers present there that they can also back me up in that I did cooperate with them and I did speak with the police officers.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
In the affidavit, it alleges several small lacerations to the left hip, and she could not explain to deputies how those injuries occurred.
Se ven unas pequeñas lesiones en la cadera izquierda, el lado izquierdo de la cadera, y ella no le explicó a la policía cómo habían ocurrido esas lesiones.
Your Honor, and the victim's testimony was in regards to a question on if they lived together, I believe. The address given by Mr. Sierra and the address provided by the victim are both the same, so state would ask for separate residences and a one-time return.
Sí, según el testimonio en cuanto a dónde vivía ella, la dirección que le presentaron ellos cuando los entrevistaron era que tenían la misma dirección del señor Sierra con la víctima, así que hay que aconsejar que tengan residencias por separada, pero permitiéndole a él que vuelva una vez para recoger sus cosas.
All right, at this time, I'll order that you must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you cannot coordinate that with the victim.
Así que voy a exigirles que tengan residencias separadas. Sí le voy a permitir que vuelva una vez a la residencia para recoger sus efectos personales en compañía de la policía. Coordinará eso con la policía, no con la víctima.
Your Honor, you said it was going to be bond and PTR, however, I don't believe you gave a bond amount.
It's $100.
Son $100, creo que no dio la cantidad, son $100 de fianza más la libertad provisional.
Good luck, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. Good luck.
Suerte, señor. Gracias por venir y buena suerte. Your Honor, if the interpreter could have Mr. Sierra's case number.
21MM6418.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all we have for you at this time.
Very well, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Aaron Smith.
21MM6421. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. Oh, it's a child. It's all right. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you, Mr. Smith. There is probable cause. Ma'am, did you wish to testify?
No.
No? You don't want to talk to the court?
What do you mean?
Do you have anything you want to say here today?
I would like for him to come.
If you want to speak, then I need you to be sworn in.
No.
You don't want to speak? Okay, all right. It's okay if you pick up the child so they can see what's happening. It's all right.
Oh, no, he's fine.
Okay, all right. Does the state object to pretrial release in this case?
No, Your Honor, given we have no victim testimony.
All right, at this time, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and require that you post a monetary bond of $100. With special conditions, you can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. Good luck.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I am the victim, and I would like to keep contact with them because we have a child together.
All right, so if you want to speak, I have to swear you in.
Okay.
Do you want to say something?
Yes.
All right, raise your right hand, please.
I will swear and confirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes. Please state your name for the record.
Shanika Hearns.
All right, the prosecutor has some questions to ask you.
Can you please spell your last name?
Hearns.
Thank you. And what is your relationship to Mr. Smith?
My significant other and child's father.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
I'm sorry.
Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
Do you believe drugs or alcohol were involved in this incident?
No.
And has anything like this ever happened before?
No.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, any questions from the defense? Let me just ask the two attorneys. If you read this the same way I do, it almost sounds a bit like mutual combat.
Yes, Your Honor, and I would ask, given the fact that he has, it looks like no criminal.
Right, I see no criminal history.
They have a child together, he has community ties, he's been in the Orlando area for over a year. I would ask for a no hostile contact order.
What says the state?
State has no objection, Your Honor, reading it the way you do and giving the victim's testimony.
Right. All right, ma'am, I just want to make sure I understand. You do want to have contact with him, right?
Yes.
Okay, here's what, I'm going to modify my order, sir. I'm going to allow you to have peaceful contact with the victim. Do you understand what peaceful means? No hostile contact. No yelling, no brooms, no shoving. Just peace, okay? So if an argument happens, right, you're the one with everything on the line here, right? Because if the police get called and you get rearrested, you can be held at no bond for violating a condition of your release. You understand? Okay. All right, so then I'm also going to strike the maintain separate residence and the one-time return because I'm allowing peaceful contact. All right. You understand?
Yes.
All right, anything else you want to say to me?
No.
All right, good luck, ma'am. Thank you for coming. Good luck, sir. Sorry, I had to change that. Please tell me your name.
Hey,
Not you. Please tell me your name, ma'am.
Susan Walker.
21 MM6411. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. Give me one moment to pull this up. There is probable cause. Sir, do you wish to testify this morning?
no, I don't have nothing like to say. I don't want to make nothing complicated. I just want to be in peace, everybody be in peace.
I didn't hear the last thing he said.
I just want everybody be in peace, ma'am.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Does the state object to pretrial release in this case?
No, Your Honor.
What are the two felonies? Are they both criminal use of personal identification information?
I don't see them in Orange County.
Oh, okay, that's why. I see it says ×2.
I'm checking CCIS, Your Honor. One second.
Oh, that would have been juvenile because she's 19. So in 2019, she was a juvenile. I got it. That's fine. Where's the West Oaks Mall?
It's
All right, I know where that is too. All right, ma'am, I'm going to place you on pretrial release.
okay.
With special conditions, you can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Were you living with the victim?
Yes.
All right, you can't now. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings.
Okay. What if we don't want to do the no contact?
You don't have a choice.
Oh,
You're not allowed to. I'm ordering you not to have contact with him.
okay.
So if you want your attorney to file a motion in front of the trial judge to change my order, another judge can change that order. But until a judge changes it, you can have no contact with him.
But what if he's not trying to press charges on me or anything? What if the charges are being dropped?
This is the state of Florida against Susan Walker. It is not an individual versus an individual. The state of Florida is making the charging decision here. So he can talk to the state who's prosecuting you and ask them if they'll drop it. But at this time, I can't do that.
Okay.
That's between the state of Florida and you.
So I would have to wait till my next court date to try to drop the no contact order?
Yes. But your attorney can file that motion anytime.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So until another judge signs an order that says you're allowed to have contact, don't have any contact with him.
Do you know when, like, is it gonna be like a month till I see another judge, or?
I have no idea. So what will happen now is the state of Florida has to make a filing decision. So if the state decides not to file these charges and they drop it, you'll be allowed to have contact with him. I would assume the state will make a filing decision in the next month or two.
So we were not allowed to have contact for a month or two?
You are not allowed to have any contact with him at all, right now.
So am I getting like a bond, or?
I placed you on pretrial release, which means you'll be released without having to post a monetary bond, but you'll have to comply with the pretrial release program, which includes the no contact. So if you're found to have had contact with him and you get arrested for that, you can be brought back to jail and held at no bond. That's why it's important that you follow the court's order.
Okay, so can I just have to call Robert, I guess, Robert Wesley, and then tell him to file to drop the no contact order, and then?
Yeah, so that's the elected public defender. He probably won't be working on your case, but if you call that phone number, they'll give you the attorney that's assigned to your case.
Okay.
All right, you understand?
Yeah.
Good luck, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you for coming, sir. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Good morning. Anthony J. Charles.
All right, you have two cases. 21 MM 6429 and 2019 CF 4472. Excuse me. You're here charged with battery and you have a violation of probation. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I guess they.
I'm going to appoint an attorney in both cases. So the violation of probation.
May I say something?
So you can say anything you want, but everything you say is being, hold on, let me finish. Everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. I do. I understand.
Okay, so let me tell you about the violation of probation. Let me tell you why you're here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's because the allegation is the battery violated your probation. You're on felony probation. And so the allegation is that this new battery charge violated that probation. So at this time, you'll have no bond on the violation of probation. And the battery charge, I read the affidavit, there is probable cause there. But you're entitled to bond on the battery. Let me give you a moment. I know you want to ask something or say something, talk to your attorney first, and then you can talk to me about anything.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sir. After speaking with your attorney, is there anything you want to talk to me about, or you want to wait?
I'll wait. She pretty much.
Okay, all right. So in the new case, in the battery, your bond is going to be $500. You can't have any contact with the victim. You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. And I'm going to order that you're not allowed to return to the Orlando International Airport without a valid ticket. So you understand the only way you can go back to the airport is if you're flying somewhere and you have a valid ticket.
I use that, ma'am, Your Honor. I use that terminal for the links that connect there going to and from.
Okay, so you can do it if you have a valid bus ticket or plane ticket.
Yeah, I have one.
But-
I missed my connection and.
Okay, but you understand what I'm saying? You can't just be hanging out there. If you don't have a valid bus ticket, you can be arrested again.
Nobody hangs out there. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, so, good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. All right.
All right, is the state ready for 33-day motions?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Herod Betancourt, 21 CF 9418, notice of non-filing. Rakeem Gore, 21 CF 9264, notice of non-filing. Arturo Reyes, 21 CF 9405, notice of non-filing.
Sir, please tell me your name.
Charles. What name?
Charles White.
All right, good morning, sir. You're here in 21 CT 5097. Miss George, your office represents him. It looks like this is a failure to appear on a driving while license suspended.
Your Honor, he has 3 cases, a reckless and a leaving the scene.
Oh, I see it now. 21 CT 5098, thank you, counselor. And 21 CT 5099.
We'll enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay,
Division 81, pretrial conference, October 1st at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
all right, good luck, sir. Stay in touch with your attorney.
Are these traffic charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just step out right.
Madam Clerk, that was for all 3 cases?
Yes, all Division 81.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Jamal Brown is medical.
19 MM 4684. He has an attorney. Let me just see if there's anyone on the line.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
This is Judge Gibson. Do I have anyone on the line?
Participant.
I'm the only participant, okay. All right, so. You said he's medical?
Yes.
Let me see. I'm gonna ask my JA if he was noticed, if the attorney was noticed. Is this a violation of probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna roll this to tomorrow. And we're gonna notify that attorney for in-jail arraignment tomorrow.
Verily Terry, medical.
Thank you. 20 MM 3566. Ms. George, your office represents him. Yes. Yes.
Division 50, VOP status, October 4th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 7C.
Schultz. Derek, medical.
21 MM 5710. Ms. George, your office represents him as well.
I'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 80, pretrial conference, October 21st at 9 o'clock, courtroom 9C.
Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Isaac Maldonado Cabrera.
21 MM 5646. You're here for an arraignment on a trespass charge. However, he's not in jail on this case. That's a note. I don't know what that means. Does that mean he wasn't served?
I thought he was, Your Honor.
Can the state confirm if he was served?
Yes, Your Honor, there was an arrest back on August 13th. and we filed 9/2.
All right. And he was released on his own recognizance?
He was on 8/25, yes.
So then why is he here today?
No idea, Your Honor.
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I just see that he was at IA on 8/14. Then he was released on his own recognizance 8/25. Then information was filed 9/2, and he was set for in-jail arraignment today.
Okay.
The last note that I have is that there was a failure to appear.
In this case?
In another case, but
Okay, so that's why he's in custody is the other case. All right. So what do you want to do with this one, counselor?
the state is given an offer to resolve the case today. I did have a chance to speak with Mr. Maldonado in the state of Delaware.
Please raise your right hand, sir.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, you had a chance to speak with an attorney about the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today. Do you understand those rights? Do
Yes, ma'am.
you have any questions for me about them?
No, ma'am. I just want to go home.
All right, so you understand that entering a plea to this charge is not going to allow you to go home today?
Huh?
You're not in jail on this charge. So even if you enter a plea to this trespass, you're not going home today.
How?
Can I have a moment here?
Yes.
It does look like he has bond on that failure to appear case.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so you understand, Mr. Maldonado, that you're here on a different case that we're not resolving today.
Yes, ma'am.
But with that in mind, do you still wish to enter a plea to the trespass charge? Or do you want to wait?
We're going to resolve the trespass and do the other one as soon as you sign off on it.
I can't do that. You have to do that with the trial judge.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
I want to make sure you understand you're not going home today.
Yes, ma'am. I know that.
Okay.
How soon before I could go home, though?
That's between your attorney and the other judge.
Maybe a week or so?
It could be months. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not in
ma'am.
control of that.
Okay, ma'am.
But with that in mind, do you still want to enter a plea to this trespass?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You understand that if you're on probation, this plea can violate it. If you're on probation anywhere.
Uh-huh.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, at this time, how do you wish to plead to trespass on property other than a
No
structure?
contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 13 days that you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay them from the date of release. And is there a no return?
There's a no return to links without a valid ticket, and there's a cost of investigation
Let me
of
sign.
$119 to OPD.
All right, I'll order that. And sir, you understand you cannot go back to any Lynx bus stop or ride a Lynx bus unless you have a valid ticket. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
Okay, what attorney do I see?
Yes. I don't know. She said it.
The cost of investigation? $119 to Orlando Police Department. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, there you go. Thank you. Sir, please tell me your name.
Anthony Schaefer.
21 MM 5554. You're here charged with trespass. Ms. George, your office represents him.
Yes, Your Honor. The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to Lake Eola. There is also a cost of investigation of $31 to the Orlando Police Department. I did speak to Mr. Schaefer. We went over all the rights he would be giving up, and he would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, raise your right hand, sir.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
All right. You had a chance to speak with an attorney about the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
I understand.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No.
You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this plea can violate that.
Yes.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported.
Yes.
All right. At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 35 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs and the cost of investigation of $31 to the Orlando Police Department. Is there a no return?
Yes, Your Honor, to Lake Eola.
I'll order that as well.
Actually spelled A.
Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Pardon?
Good luck. You have 30 days to appeal in writing, should you want to.
Symbolic Michael, medical.
21 MM 5807, Ms. George.
I'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Division 85, pretrial conference, September 27th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4A.
Please tell me your name.
Bill Smith.
20 MM 7408. You're here charged with petty theft. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to 2500 South Kirkman Road. That's the Walmart. And cost of investigation in the amount of $142.28 to Orlando Police Department. Mr. Smith understands all the rights he will be giving up. He understands that petty theft is enhanceable, and he would like to resolve the case today and enter a plea of no contest.
Please raise your right hand, sir.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, you had a chance to speak with an attorney about the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about them? And you also understand that petty theft is what we call enhanceable, which means after so many, the state can file it as a felony. You understand that? So I'm sure she explained this to you, but I want to make sure you understand. Right now, you're charged with a first-degree misdemeanor. The maximum sentence for that is a year in jail. Once the state files it as a felony, the maximum sentence for that charge is 5 years in prison. All right, with that in mind, do you still wish to enter a plea today? All right. You understand all the rights you're giving up. You're giving up your right to a trial and present any defenses you have. You understand that? You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this plea can violate it. If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported. You have any questions for me about the rights you're giving up? All right, sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of petty theft of $100 or more? I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for however many days he's been in jail.
I didn't have that.
So I'm going to give you credit for the days you've spent in jail. I have to order that you pay court costs, the $142.28. Is that
Orlando Police Department, Your Honor.
cost of investigation to Orlando Police Department? You're not allowed to return to the address the prosecutor gave us. Do you know where that is? Okay, you can't go back there. You understand? There's no restitution, counselor?
No, Your Honor, the items were recovered.
All right.
Is this the case that he's not in jail on?
I don't have a note about that, so I don't know.
Joseph.
Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
He's not in jail on it.
Okay, so
Okay.
Holland, Chuck is medical.
21 MM 4062. Did he have a question? I'm sorry, I don't know if he was talking to me. Was he talking to me? No, okay. Ms. George, I'm going to appoint your office in this case. He's medical.
I'll waive and enter a plea of not
VOP.
I mean, denials.
Division 63, VOP status, October 4th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 12C.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can you please tell me your name? You're here in 21 MM 6419, charged with trespass on property after warning. Ma'am, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case.
Your Honor,
Just one moment, Ms. Key. Just give me a minute, okay?
Your Honor, I would ask in this case if you would, ROR my client. She has been deemed incompetent. She just recently had a competency evaluation, I believe June 1st of this year, which deemed her incompetent. She does not meet the requirements of involuntary commitment. It hasn't been the first time she's been deemed incompetent by the court, Your Honor. We believe there may be an intellectual disability. So they're in the process of trying to get that looked into. So for this case, I would ask for an ROR, which is the same thing that's been happening in all her cases. She sits here for a month, they ROR her because she can't plea out. I would just ask for the same conditions in all her other cases.
When was the finding of incompetence?
In which case? Just so we know.
Whichever case was the most recent.
The most recent.
Just a minute, Ms. Key. I still have to keep talking to the attorneys. And I'll ask Ms. May while she's looking for that, if the state objects.
Your Honor, I understand defense counsel's argument that an ROR today is arguably the same thing that will happen later down the road. However, that finding will be after they file a motion and she's put into competency proceedings with those other cases. If she's not, if that motion is not filed, they're not going to follow these other cases the same way. And she has, I believe, at least 58 failures to appear. So state would object to ROR, also multiple court convictions and multiple VOPs. I understand counsel's argument, but we need to procedurally follow. We need to follow the procedure of defense filing that motion and the trial court RORing her and letting her out. So this case will follow her other cases.
So hold on, let me tell you where the court is, and then you guys can give me your thoughts on that. So I understand she has a significant history, and one, it looks like, of her out on bond cases has a violent offense. But hold on, Ms. Key. Let me talk for just a minute, okay? This case, I read the affidavit. It sounds like she just wanted to ride the bus, and she wasn't violent in this case. Now, I understand she was trespassed and she can't ride the bus, but it doesn't look like her reaction to being told that was violence. So I'm inclined to grant the defense request. If you can, I understand the state's argument, but if you can tell me anything different or just move me from that, that's where I am right now.
Your Honor, the state's only argument is the 58 prior failures to appear, and procedurally, we're not.
I paid my money in that black box at least.
It's just.
Yeah, I understand, Ms. Key. So hold on for the attorneys. Let me just explain something to Ms. Key. So here's the thing. I read it. I understand you paid, but right now you're not allowed to ride the bus.
Okay.
So do you understand that now? A court has said you can't ride the bus right now. So I know that you paid. I read that. It said that you paid, and it said that you were not violent. But you're not allowed to be on the bus right now. So even if you pay your money, and even if you're not violent, you still can't be on the bus. Do you understand? All right. What were you saying, Ms. May?
Just the 58 prior failures to appear are.
Yeah.
It's concerning. It's an extremely high number. And I understand counsel's argument regarding the ROR is substantially the same thing that will happen at a later time. However, procedurally, that motion finding her incompetent and placing her on conditional release needs to happen for this case to track her other cases. And if it doesn't, this one potentially will slip through the cracks and not follow that same status hearing that the other cases have been in and tracking her other felony cases.
And Your Honor, I would disagree. The moment that we open the case up, I will let the attorney know to file the motion. It just, my client sits here. It's a nonviolent offense. She sits here for a month. She can't plea out. And she doesn't have the money to bond out, which is what happens in the majority of her cases. So I would just ask that, we all her in this case, apply the same conditions. Again, there's a mental disability. So the 58 failure to appear, it is common when you have a client with disability.
All right, here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Key. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today, but I'm doing that because you told me that you understand you can't ride that bus.
Yes, ma'am.
You still understand that?
Yes.
So you understand that if you do, you'll probably be arrested and brought right back here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Ms. George is giving you a green piece of paper. You see there's a phone number on that piece of paper? Can you circle that for her?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. I want you to call that phone number as soon as you can because you need to stay in touch with your attorney. What's going to happen is if you don't come back to court, another judge can issue a warrant to hold you at no bond.
Yes, ma'am.
So you understand you have to stay in touch with your attorney and you have to come back to court.
Yes, ma'am.
And you cannot ride the Lynx bus.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck, ma'am.
No action on her.
And no action on the out-of-bond cases. Thank you both.
Ruling. He's mental health.
I'm sorry? You're welcome. Good luck, ma'am.
Grulin, he's mental health.
All right, 21 CF 595, 21 MO 1059. Ms. George, I'm going to appoint your office in both.
I'll wait till you finish.
So the felony is a capias. I don't remember the bond. Let me pull that back up. But as for the misdemeanor, there's probable cause. Hold on one second. I'll stay that bond at 500. I gotta pull up the KPS to see what that bond is. $1,000. Does he also have an out-on-bond case?
He does, Your Honor, of a threat to Leah.
I'm gonna take no action on that.
Here you go.
Please tell me your name.
Rivera.
21 CF 12280, you're here charged with burglary of an occupied structure and retail petty theft. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release in this case.
What says the state?
Your Honor, state we just asked for bond and PTR.
All right, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. I'll require that you post a monetary bond on count one. However, I'll reduce that significantly. That bond will be $250. You can't have any contact with a victim or witness in this case. You can't return to the scene. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. And you can't possess or consume alcoholic beverages. Good luck, sir.
And the bond on the petty theft, Your Honor?
Just,
PTR?
yes.
Straight pretrial release?
Yes. The monetary is only on count one. Please, oh. You guys were so quick, I missed it. Or witness. I don't know if I signed all of that.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Interpreter.
Good morning. If you could please, has the interpreter been sworn?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please connect with the headset.
Sí, lo escucho.
The defendant can hear me, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Carlos Alfredo Alvarado Manuel.
Carlos Alfredo Alvarado Manuel.
You're here in 21 CT 6283 and 6284, charged with driving under the influence with a blood or breath alcohol level greater than .20 and no valid driver's license. There's probable cause for both of these charges. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on the DUI, $500 on the no valid driver's license. You can't drive without a valid Florida license. You can't possess or consume any alcoholic beverages. You'll be subject to random alcohol screens. You also can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Good luck, sir. Just the DUI. Thank you. Sir, please tell me your name.
Demencio Batista. Demencio Batista, ¿no oye?
Demencio Batista.
In 21 CF 12119, hold on one second. Looks like he has a warrant for a petty theft with 2 priors. I feel like I should see that warrant. Hold on. Here's the warrant. Maybe. There it is. All right, you have a warrant charging you with petty theft with 2 priors. Another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $2,500. You cannot return to Home Depot. Do you understand that?
Yo quiero que ella me explique algo. Yo acabo de hacer 43 días de un caso aquí. ¿Por qué me están acusando de nuevo?
Could you explain something to me? I just got out of serving 43 days on another case. Why am I back here again?
Because 2 warrants were issued for your arrest. The second warrant is in 21 CF 12120, and that warrant charges you with grand theft. Again, another judge found probable cause for this. Your bond in that case is also $2,500, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you in that case as well. So these were warrants that were issued for your arrest. The grand theft charges that you committed that offense on or about April 26th, 2021. And I don't have the petty theft warrant up anymore. Does anyone else have that? Can you give me the date? I'll go back into it. It just takes a minute. Is April 27th. So these warrants were issued for your arrest, charging that you committed those thefts in April.
Porque el día 30 a mí me arrestaron y yo hice 43 días. No entiendo.
But then why was I arrested on the 30th and did 43 days in here?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know about your other charges. I only know about these 2 warrants. Just call your attorney and ask your attorney. Call the number on that green piece of paper.
That's it with the interpreters, Your Honor.
That's it for interpreter?
Yes.
All right, that's all we need from the interpreter. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Salazar Benitez.
21 MM 6422. You're here charged with battery. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500. You can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition? Hold on one moment, I have to pull up the affidavit. It takes a really long time. Oh, okay. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
Your Honor, state would ask for no return to the victim's residence.
I thought it was his residence. You mean, all right, so you're not allowed to go to the victim's residence for any reason or be within 500 feet of her residence. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good luck, sir. It's not the scene, correct? Please tell me your name.
My name is Jarvis Brandon Clayton.
21MM414. You're here charged with trespass in property other than a structure. Is there an offer in this case?
Yes. The offer was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return. I don't have the address.
It was the racetrack located at 700 South Orange Blossom Trail.
Your Honor, I did go over all the rights Mr. Clayton would be giving up. He understands those rights, and he would like to accept the state's offer. I did explain to him that he is out on bond, and you can revoke his out on bond. However, I would ask that because he's resolving the case today, that you take no action. If you look at the arrest affidavit, my client did state to the officer that he thought he just could not be in the store. And he was actually in the parking lot. So I just ask that you take that into consideration and not revoke his out on bond.
All right, Mr. Clayton, raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you heard what Ms. George just said. Is that what you want to do here today?
Yes, ma'am.
You had a chance to discuss with her the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation, this plea can violate that.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported.
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that you're out on bond right now,
Yes, ma'am.
and even if you enter a plea to this trespass, at this time, I'm not sure if I'm going to revoke that bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass other than a structure or conveyance?
It's up to you. You can feel free to go.
Guilty.
You're pleading guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll give you credit for 2 days that you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay them. I'll also order that you're not allowed to return to this, it's a racetrack, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you understand you can't go back there?
Yes, ma'am.
Even outside, you can't go back there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So on that, you have 30 days to appeal in writing if you want to. And sir, this court appreciates that you take responsibility for your actions. At this time, I'm not going to revoke your out on bond cases. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name. 21MM6423, you're here charged with battery. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Before you say anything, I want to make sure you understand that everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you have a question for me?
Is it possible I can get on PTR?
No, you don't qualify for pretrial release. And I'm not sure exactly why, but no, you don't qualify. Your bond is $500. You can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you can't coordinate that with the victim. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck. Yes.
You release me or?
Well, you have a $500 bond, so you're going to have to post that bond.
Okay.
Going that way.
Please tell me your name.
State your name.
Enos Tanay.
21MM6424. You're here charged with battery. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Mami, excuse me, Your Honor.
Before you say anything, sir, I want to make sure you understand that everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later. Do you understand that?
Okay, Mami. All right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right, sir. After speaking with your attorney, is there something you want to say to the court, or do you want to wait and speak to your attorney?
I don't have attorney, Mami.
I can't hear you. What?
Okay, okay.
You want to speak with your attorney later?
Speak to her now.
She's asking if you want to talk about the fact of what you were just saying, if you want to tell her, you want to wait.
Okay. All right.
You gotta tell her if you want to wait or you want to.
Do you want to say anything, or do you just want to talk to your attorney? It's okay if you want to just talk to your attorney.
I don't, not around. Go ahead.
Your Honor, he's just stating he's denying all allegations. All he did was help the little girl who was disabled.
I understand. All right. Thank you, sir. At this time, your bond is $1,000. You can have no contact with the victim. Actually, your bond is $500. You can have no contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? Do you understand what no contact means?
I don't, yeah.
All right. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. All right. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, state's asking for a no return because the victim also lives in that same hotel.
Lives, wait,
Right beside him.
Where do you live, sir?
7900 Soto BT. Apartment 1091.
All right. But you don't live in the Heritage Hotel?
Your Honor, that is the Heritage Hotel.
That is the Heritage Hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Do you see her when you go in and out of your room?
Yeah, she live right near me. But she ride our skate and drop off.
Do you have a place that you can go that's not there, sir?
Yeah.
All right.
Can go to my daughter.
All right. I think you should go there. So what I'm going to order is that you're allowed to return to the Heritage Hotel one time with law enforcement to gather your belongings. But then after that, you're going to live with your daughter somewhere else, right?
Okay, all right.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Antonio Murphy, ma'am.
21MM6420. You're here charged with trespass on property after warning. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer conveyed was an adjudication, credit time served, and no return to the Orlando International Airport without a valid ticket.
and I did have a chance to speak to Mr. Murphy. We went over all the rights he would be given up, and he would like to accept the state's offer.
Please raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you.
All right, you had a chance to speak with an attorney about the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No, ma'am, I do not.
You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this plea can violate that.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, that's 20 years ago. Okay. All right, sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of trespass on property after warning?
No contest, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. Sir, I have to order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay them. And I'm going to order that you cannot return to the Orlando International Airport without a valid ticket, either a bus ticket or a plane ticket.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Simon Williams, bonded.
Who?
Williams, bonded.
Hold on, I don't have that one.
Evans, medical.
All right, that's 21 MO 1051. I'm going to appoint your office, Ms. George. Do you want to reset it for tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor, just to see if he can plea it out.
All right. We'll reset that one for tomorrow. So then, do I keep that? Okay. Please tell me your name.
Sebastian Louis Martin Fernandez.
21 MO 1052, you're here charged with disorderly conduct. Was there an offer?
Yes, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer a withhold of adjudication and grant time served.
Signed up.
There is probable cause.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
I'm sorry?
He would like to accept the state's offer. The city's offer of a withhold credit time served. I went over all the rights he would be giving up. He understands those rights. Yep, and would like to resolve the case today, unfortunately.
I know, All right, raise your right hand, sir.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I affirm.
All right, sir, you heard what Ms. George said. You had the opportunity to speak with an attorney about the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea today of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about the rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported.
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to disorderly conduct?
I plead no contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay that.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, were you in the Army
Yes, ma'am.
for about 15 years?
Yes, active duty and then 3 years in the reserves.
You know, we have a lot of VA facilities around Orlando.
Yes, I'm working on that. It's a personal thing. I held up for a girl that I'm no longer with, and I've been proceeding with that. And I'm going to be back paid to March of 2019. It
Right.
takes my life.
Listen, I don't want to pry in your life. I'm not trying to ask about your personal life. I just saw this on your sheet that it says that you served our country. I want to thank you for your service, and I just wanted to point out that we have a lot of VA programs, so maybe even the Public Defender's Office can give you some,
I finally started going back, and I'm moving out of my
Okay.
life. The police officers in my area and a lot of people I interact with on the roads will actually say I'm doing better.
all right, good. Well, I hope that you can get the help that you need. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Thank you for your mercy, man.
Your Honor, can we pass by Mr. Gibbs?
Yes. Sir, please tell me your name.
Jerome Mills.
21 MO 1054, you're here charged with disorderly conduct. Let me ask if there's an offer in this case.
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer a withhold of adjudication and credit time served.
Your Honor, I did speak to Mr. Mills. We went over all the rights he would be giving up. He understands those rights and would like to accept the state's offer.
Please raise your right hand, sir.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, there is probable cause here, sir. You understand the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that?
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry, because we're making a record, I saw your head nod and I heard the but the record won't reflect that. So that's why I had to say that.
Mhm.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported.
Yes.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to disorderly conduct?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'm going to reduce that to a lien. Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Please tell me your name. Oh, Mr. Gibbs? Thank you. 21MO1053, you're here charged with disorderly conduct. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer a withhold of adjudication and credit time served.
Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead. Take a moment.
Your Honor, I did briefly speak to Mr. Gibbs. He understands the rights he has to give up and would like to accept the state's offer here today.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, sir. You had a chance to speak with an attorney about the rights you'll be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No.
Sir, you understand that if you're on probation anywhere, this plea can violate that? Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported. Do you understand? Did you say yes?
Yes, he said yes.
Thank you, sorry. Sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly conduct?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'm going to reduce that to a lien. You have 30 days to appeal in writing, sir. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Samuel Richard Popper, Jr.
21MO1055, you're here charged with an open container of an alcoholic beverage. There is probable cause.
Can I just ask, I know there's an offer. Does he have any, I know it's saying he's not interviewed. Does he have any criminal history?
Does he have any what?
Criminal history
I don't see anything.
on here? Because I know he wasn't interviewed. I just want to make sure.
1 second.
Just the out-of-state simple assault arrest. That's all I think.
Your Honor, I would ask, given that he has no history, if we could RR him on this case. He's been in the Orlando area for over a year, and it looks like all he has is an arrest for a simple assault out of state, but no convictions. So I just ask that he might qualify for pretrial diversion or something to that effect, Your Honor.
What says the state?
The state has no objection. However, I don't believe there are city diversion programs.
All right, I'll release you on your own recognizance, sir. Stay in touch with your attorney, okay? It does seem like for stuff like that, there should be something, but
I don't know, Your Honor. I've never been advised that there were.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have anything.
Good catch. Please tell me your name.
State your name. Michael Smith.
21 MO 1056. You're here charged with disorderly conduct. Is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer a withhold of adjudication and credit time served.
And I did speak to Mr. Smith. We went over all the rights he would be giving up. He understands those rights and would like to accept the state's offer.
Please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, so help you God? Sorry.
I do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Smith, you had a chance to speak with an attorney about the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge. Do you understand those rights? Do you have any questions for me about those rights? You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this plea can violate that? You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported? At this time, how do you wish to plead to disorderly conduct?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you've been in custody. Thank you. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'm going to reduce that to a lien. Good luck. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Please tell me your name.
David Williams.
21 MO 1058. You're here charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage. Was there an offer in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer a withhold, credit time served.
And I did speak to Mr. Williams. We went over all the rights he would be giving up. He understands those rights and would like to accept the state's offer here today.
Please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You had a chance to speak with an attorney about the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about them?
No.
You understand that if you're on probation anywhere, this plea can violate that?
Yes.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported?
Yes.
Sir, I see that you're shaking. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just nervous.
Okay, well, don't be nervous. Does he have anything else holding him?
No, Your Honor.
All right. At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of open container of an alcoholic beverage?
No contest.
All right, sir, I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days that you've been in custody. Sir, I have to order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay it. Good luck, and you have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. See, that wasn't so bad.
Huh?
Give that to him.
I hope you have a better day. Please tell me your name.
Roche Bennett.
All right, this is 21 CT 3332. You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of driving while license suspended. The bond authorized is $2,000.
And Your Honor, the offer from the state was a withhold credit time served. I did speak to Ms. Bennett. We went over all the rights she would be giving up. I also explained that driving while license suspended is an enhanceable offense. We went over her options for pretrial diversion, and she still wants to resolve the case today.
Did you talk to her about the state's diversion programs?
I did. I think the issue, Your Honor, is that the bond amount is too high.
All right, Ms. Bennett, I need you to raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, I understand, ma'am, that that bond is high. It's $2,000, and it was set by another judge, so I can't change it here today. But I want to make sure that you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge today, you're giving up all of those rights, the right to a trial, the right to present testimony, defenses on your own behalf, your right to remain silent, and your right to testify. You're going to give up all those rights today if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you understand that this charge is what we call enhanceable, which means after a certain number of convictions, the state can file it as a felony? Do you understand that? I don't know if this will qualify as one of them, actually. What judge issued this capias? Does anyone know?
It looks like Judge Jewett, Your Honor. Steve Jewett.
Let me just ask, if I were to be able to get in touch with Judge Jewett and he were to authorize changing that bond amount, would that change your client's mind? Does this charge qualify for pretrial diversion? It's a financial suspension.
She could still be in the Dwellis program if she's willing to get her license back. It's technically not pretrial diversion because it's not ran by the state, it's run by the individual judges.
Your Honor, she said she could afford a $500 bond with the bail bondsman. She's 7 months.
Right.
So
I see that.
now. So
Right, I'm glad thank you for getting her the chair.
just would ask if we could try to set it at 500. I don't see anything else in our history.
So I've already texted that judge. I'm going to see if I can get him, I don't know if he's on the bench or what right now, but because it's a capias, I can't change it. That judge has to change the capias. However, I want to make sure that you're making the decision that you're making for the right reasons. And I also understand getting out of jail when you're 7 months pregnant today sounds like a great idea, but I want to make sure you understand the long-term consequences of that decision. So can we pass her till I hear from him and just bring her back at the end? But is there a place for her to, I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to bring you back, okay, ma'am? I'm going to see if I can get in touch with that judge. Gornall. Gornall. Please tell me your name.
Deanna Blackerson.
20 CT 118. You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a hearing on a charge of Dwellis, driving while license suspended.
And Your Honor, there was an offer on the case of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. I did speak to Ms. Blackerson. We went over all the rights she would be giving up. I did explain the enhanceability of a driving while license suspended charge. She understands all of those rights and would like to accept the state's offer.
And you talked to her about pretrial diversion?
I'm not sure. I didn't know she would qualify, Your Honor.
I don't know if she does either. I just want to make sure before these people enter pleas in the jail, they understand they could qualify for a program, but they're giving that up too. I mean, whether they qualify is between them and the state, so I don't know. I can't put them in a program.
Your Honor, she understands. She states that she just wants to resolve it.
Okay, raise your right hand, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am, so you do understand that this is a charge that sometimes the state allows people into a pretrial diversion program for, but if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today, you're giving up any possibility that you could be put in that program.
Okay, sorry. How long does the program take to get into?
I have no idea. So what those programs are between you and the state of Florida, and if you complete all the requirements, the state will eventually drop the charge.
Oh,
But I don't know if you qualify for it, what the requirements would be, how long it would take.
Okay.
That's between you and the state.
I just want to resolve it.
Okay. I just want to make sure you understand, though, to do that, now you'll have a criminal conviction for driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you understand all the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No, ma'am. Pretty much it's cut and dry. Gave it all up.
I'm sorry?
I said it's pretty much cut and dry. Thank you.
It is. All right. You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this will violate that.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're not a U.S. citizen, you can be deported.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how do you wish to plead to the charge of driving while license suspended with knowledge?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the, how many? Oh, 2 days you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay those. And you understand that you're going to have to pay off your court costs in order to get your license back.
Yes, ma'am.
So make sure that you get it done as fast as you can so you can get a license. Because if you keep driving while license suspended, eventually the state can file it as a felony.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, ma'am. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Please tell me your name.
Sean Greenlee.
I just did that. I mean, I got it. You don't have to, but really, sorry. All right, you're here in 21 CT 6285, 21 MM 6427. You're charged with driving while license suspended, resisting without violence, providing false ID to law enforcement, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause here.
Yes, Your Honor, I would just ask that if you're inclined to revoke his out on bond, that you revoke his double as opposed to revoking the whole. He has 0 failures to appear. He has community ties, he's been in the Orlando area for over a year. I just ask that you take that into consideration.
He was out on bond for a DUI.
It was bond and PTD, yeah. As well as a notice to appear for another duelist.
And he was driving
Yes,
with cannabis?
yes.
No. All right, sir. Your bond is $500 on count 1, $100 on each subsequent count. You can't drive without a valid Florida license.
Your Honor, it's 2 different cases.
Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten to the second case yet.
So the first case is 5 and 1, okay.
Is what?
I understand, thank you.
I was going to do the MM case. So it's 500 on the resisting, then 100 on the next 2. You can't drive without a valid Florida license. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. In the driving case, your bond is $500. Again, you can't drive without a valid Florida license, and at this time, I'm revoking your bond in 21 CT 143. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Michael Witt.
21 CT 6286. You're here charged with no valid driver's license. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. He's out on bond for the same offense. Again, I'm inclined to revoke that.
Your Honor, I would ask that if you are inclined to revoke, you revoke and double. The out on bond case, if you look at the notes from this arrest affidavit and, the notes that I have in my file for him, it states that he, did take the course. He noted to the officer that he took the course for his, operation of a motor vehicle.
Motorcycle endorsement.
Yeah, the motorcycle endorsement course. And that's the note that I also have in our system. So I'd ask that you take that into consideration, and the nonviolent offenses. His last felony took here was in 1998. So I just ask that you take all of that into consideration. And if you are inclined to revoke, you revoke and double. That, so they originally gave him an offer to resolve that, but he actually took the course, so that's why he didn't accept the state's offer, on the out on bond.
Your Honor, defense counsel's argument is he took the course, hasn't received his endorsement. However, then he was picked up doing the same thing and has the same excuse that he took the course. He already knew from the first case that he was not allowed to be driving because he didn't have the endorsement. However, that's the same story he told the officer in the second case, is that he thought he could drive just because he already taken the course. However, that same line was said in the prior case. So I understand that he is trying to receive his endorsement. However, he's not allowed to drive a motorcycle without having his endorsement, and he was arguably driving recklessly.
Your Honor, no, that's not what happened. So he got picked up for the note, the out on bond charge. Then he went and took the course. So the state made an offer. He didn't resolve it because he had already taken the course.
I see.
So that's what happened in that case. So I'd ask because of that, that if you are inclined to revoke, you revoke and double. That's the only reason why he has not resolved that case.
All right, so, Mr. Witt, I'm not asking you to respond to this, but I just want you to listen for a minute. The reason I was inclined to revoke your bond for your out on bond case and possibly hold you at no bond is it seems like having two charges of the same offense, you're not getting the message. It also probably seems like driving without a valid motorcycle endorsement is not really a big deal. But based on the facts alleged in this affidavit, you were very reckless in how you were driving. Everyone in the state of Florida agrees to abide by certain rules. We all go and get a driver's license, and then we all abide by the driving rules. And when people don't, that's when accidents happen, and people can die in a motorcycle crash. Arguably, the person at the most risk in this situation was you, because you're driving a motorcycle, weaving between minivans, which if one of them were to hit you, hold on, I'm not asking you to respond. I'm just telling you why I was inclined to hold you at no bond. Because I want you to understand, based on your attorney's arguments, I'm going to cut you a break and I'm not going to hold you at no bond. But I'm probably going to remember you now, so you don't want to do this again and come back in front of me again for this exact same thing, right? Because I'm telling you, I do think it may seem like it's not serious, but it is. You understand? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll stay your bond at $500 on the no valid motorcycle endorsement. I'm going to revoke your out on bond, but I'm going to just give you a new bond of $500. So I'm not going to hold you at no bond. So you'll have to post both of those bonds to get out. Do you understand? All right, good luck, sir. Yeah, no. I don't know if he can get a valid endorsement, so I'm not going to order him to do it. Please tell me your name.
Michael Backman.
21 CF 12282, you're here charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $5,000. You can have no contact with any victim or witness in the case. You can't return to the scene. I see that he's out on bond. I'm revoking that bond.
And I'm sorry, what was the bond amount, Your Honor?
$5,000.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Bernard Carter.
21 CF 12291, you're here charged with possession of methamphetamine. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $1,000. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand? Again, I see that he's out on bond for the exact same charge. In 2 cases.
On the 9339 one, he just picked up that. He was arrested 9/3.
What about the other one? Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah, sure.
Ms. George?
Your Honor, I would just argue they're non-violent offenses and that his last failure to appear.
Give me one moment.
It appears that he has a drug issue.
It does look like that. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to revoke 21 CF 11953 and reset that bond at $1,000, and I'll take no action on the other one. Good luck, sir. Wait. Yeah, you have bond now on all of your cases. $1,000, correct. Please tell me your name.
Stanley Eugene Creeks, Jr.
21 CF 12284, you're here charged with possession of methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Stacy Foster. Judge, do I qualify for PTR?
Hold on one second. I didn't have you next. Let me get there. All right, Mr. Foster, you're here in 21 CF 12285. What did you say?
I can't afford the bond. Is it okay if I RR or PTR?
I'm not going to release you on your own recognizance. I don't see that he qualifies for a pretrial release. Can you tell me why? Right now it says you don't qualify, sir.
He could qualify.
He could. What says the state?
Your Honor, state would ask for bond and PTR, given his rather lengthy history. Last conviction, less than a year ago. And many prior conditional release violations. State would ask for bond and PTR, if he does qualify, given that he wasn't recommended before.
Your Honor, I would ask for strict pretrial release. My client just stated he cannot afford to post a monetary bond. In addition, he has 0 failures to appear, which shows he would appear before the court. So I'd ask that you take all that into consideration.
I saw that it's trespass, but this is also a trespass. Hold on, I gotta pull up this report again. I reviewed this before court. I'm gonna place you on pretrial release, sir, with special conditions. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You also, hold on, I'm not done yet.
So sorry.
It's okay. You also can't return to the Food Lotto at 2060 Americana. You know where that is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you've been trespassed. You can't go back there.
Yes, ma'am. So I'll be released today, Judge?
Yes, but I don't know how long it'll take. They have to process you out.
Thank you so much, you guys.
You're gonna be subject to random drug screens. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so that's gonna start 24 hours after release, because it's MDMA, it's not cannabis. So, all right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Hold on 1 minute, I got Judge Jewett. What was her name? Bennett?
Rashia Bennett.
Hold on. I'm so sorry, but. Okay. What's his name? Frazier? Okay. Sorry, I'm talking to another judge about another defendant here today.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 21 CF 12286. You're here charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor, I would just ask when setting bond that you take into consideration, the officer did note in the arrest affidavit that he was very cooperative and compliant, so I'd ask that you, take that into consideration when setting the bond.
And while I understand that, Your Honor, he entered the vehicle once, took her belongings, left, and then entered the vehicle again, and that is when he took it. I understand the officer noted that he was compliant. However, he does have three prior failures to appear and a pretty lengthy history of several burglaries, several grand theft motor vehicles, multiple petty thefts, as well as a juvenile history as well of all the same things.
All right, what was it you were asking for, Miss George?
Your Honor, I just wanted you to note, when setting the bond that the officer did, which we don't normally see, he said he was very cooperative and compliant.
You do not normally see that.
Yeah, so I just ask that you take that into consideration when you do set the bond.
All right, sir. I'm going to stay the bond at $1,000. I was going to raise it, but based on the argument of your attorney, I will not.
Yes, ma'am.
However, you can't have any contact with the victim in this case, and you can't return to the Walgreens at 5501 South Kirkman Road. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, stay in touch with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It does say due to his honesty. We were able to return most of her items, so at least that gets him.
He has five prior grand theft motor vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he didn't do it, but at least if you were the victim of a crime and at least if the guy said like, here's where I put it all, you would at least get your stuff back.
Or not take it at all.
Right, obviously it'd be better if he just didn't take it, but
Okay.
please tell me your name.
Alicia Gornall.
All right, so here's something interesting. This is 21 CF 12289. I get a call in my chambers a few minutes ago from a woman claiming to be Alicia Gornall, saying that this woman is using her identity.
Okay.
Yes, this defendant's name, I gave an updated copy up there.
Oh, that's what this is?
Yeah, it's Cassandra
Anderson.
Anderson or Cassandra Suggs, or she has a few aliases.
So who's Alicia Dawn Gornall?
That's me.
Huh. Hold on a minute. All right, so you're saying your name is not Cassandra Anderson
No,
or Suggs?
no.
Well, it's really hard to tell with a mask. But they do look very similar. Interesting. Can I have the attorney's approach?
Your Honor, I do have a Cassandra Anderson with a different date of birth.
Okay, I just want to show you that.
One booking photo is from today, and the one previous I did from 2014, which was the first time she ever got booked in our jail.
All right, so for now, ma'am, you want me to call you Miss Gornall?
Yes, that's who I am.
All right, Miss Gornall, you're here in 21 CF 12289, charged with possession of alprazolam and drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Hold on one second, I gotta go back to this screen. There was a child in the vehicle.
There was no child in the vehicle.
Okay, she was not in the vehicle.
No, I was actually looking for my child.
I see. It says looking for her daughter. I got it. All right, I'll stay the bond at $1,000 on count one, $500 on count two. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug screens to begin 24 hours after your release. You can't have contact with any known drug dealers.
Do I qualify for the pretrial diversion?
You mean pretrial release?
Yeah.
No. Pretrial diversion is a program you enter into with the state. I don't know if you'll qualify for that. You have to determine that at a later time.
Oh, I just don't have no way to get out or be bonded out.
At this time, you don't qualify for pretrial release. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Joshua Pieper.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Joshua Pieper.
#21 CF 12288. You're here charged with possession of fentanyl, cannabis under 20 grams, and paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count one, $100 on counts two and three. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
What happened to Mr. Daniels?
Don't know, I just skipped him because they didn't call him.
Yeah, okay. Daniels, and Janelle, and Lowe?
Whoa, no.
Those are all three we just skipped going to Mr. Pieper.
I thought we skipped Daniels earlier.
We skipped Daniels earlier, and then we just skipped Jin Dow.
Yeah. Wait, who bonded? Okay,
Marcus Daniels bonded.
okay.
And Hussein Janadu bonded.
Okay. That explains it. What about Crystal Sherritt?
Bonded.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you just say that? All right, yes, I just got another text from Judge Jewett. If you can bring back Miss Bennett, let's see what he said. Ms. Bennett? All right, this is 21 CT 3332. I bet you thought you were starting off having a bad day today, didn't you? I think your day just got better. Judge Jewett is changing the bond amount on your capias. He's releasing you on your own recognizance. Now, I have to make sure that you understand. In fact, Judge Jewett said, make sure that she understands if this happens again, she'll be held at no bond. So now what you need to do is call the number on that piece of paper right away. Make sure you're in touch with your attorney. I had a feeling, I happen to know Judge Jewett, I had a feeling he would be amenable to possibly changing it. That's why I wanted to make sure I reached out to him. I think that your next court date is probably going to be in the next 2 months. That's also going to be your due date. So you've got to make sure that your attorney knows if you can't come to court because you're in the hospital having a baby, your attorney has to know that. Otherwise, if Judge Jewett issues another warrant for your arrest, it'll be no bond. So you understand that?
And you're going to appoint us, correct?
I did appoint you, but just to be sure, the PD is appointed, so you have an attorney, right? You understand I'm telling you, you gotta be in touch with your attorney because you cannot miss another court date. All right, good luck, ma'am. Good luck with the baby. All right, I don't have any other defendants. Does anyone else?
No, Your Honor.
I'll wait for Ms. George. Miss George? I know, but I'm gonna tell her anyway. Her next court date is September 29th at 7:30 a.m. downtown. It's an arraignment. So you heard that, right? September 29th, you have a court date with Judge Steve Jewett.
At what time?
7:30. That's in 2 weeks. Good luck, ma'am. All right, Ms. George, anything else before court is adjourned for the day? All right, thank you, everyone.